everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be wrapping this polished oval shaped carnelian gemstone. So if you'd like to see me wrap it, continue watching. For this project we're going to be using our standard jeweler's pliers that you see here. And for the wire we're going to be using 18 gauge copper and 26 gauge for weave wire. Before we begin, we have to measure the circumference of the stone, and to do that I use a string with a piece of tape attached and just attach the tape and string to the rock and go all the way the distance around it with the string until it meets back up on the other side, and then we'll have the circumference of the gemstone. And I just go ahead and take like a Sharpie or something and just mark this point where it ends or it meets up right there. Okay, next I just measured the string from the point that I made that mark to the end of the string, which would then tell us how long of a weave to weave around the stone. So now I cut and measure 3 pieces of the 18 gauge wire, 12 inches. To find out where to place to start my weave wire on the base wires, I'm going to draw a line here, and this line represents the base wire. So we started with 12 inches, and we like to find the center of that, which is 6 inches, okay? And previously I measured the string, which was 3 inches. So to make it exactly even up here, you go 1.5 inches from that center point there, and 1.5 inches on the center point there. So this is about where you're going to start your weave. That's the method I use to know exactly where to start my weave. You may have a different method, but this is tried and true for me. So at that point where we begin the weave, I'm going to go ahead and line up my 3 wires and get the weave wire ready. So this is the weave method that I'm going to be using for this project. Just so you can have somewhere to start and to hold your wire, I like to start at the bottom and wrap it around 3 times the bottom base wire. 1, 2, and 3. Now with the wire coming from the back, you want to go over the top 2 wires and between 3 times. So you're over the top 2 and right in between there, and you want to wrap it around 3 times between those wires. And that's the pattern. So now the wire is coming from the back. You want to go under and through the bottom 2 wires, going in the opposite direction. 1, 2, and 3. So it's 3 up, 3 down. Now, one more time. Your wire is coming from the back. You were just going up, so now we're going to go down. All right, the top 2 wires, go over them and between. 1, 2, 3. Bottom 2 wires. 1, 2, 3. And that's your pattern. 3 down, 3 up. I'm going to continue for the length of my wire. So I've finished with my weave to the length that I needed to do, and this is the outcome. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the gemstone and place it in the center of our weave wire, and I kept it on the spool, as you can see. Now I can just bend the wire around a bit. It's a bit stiff, so I'm just bending it to the shape of the stone, and then I'll put it there and finish shaping it that way. Pinch it there at the top. And here's the frame once I remove the stone. So now I just go ahead and take the frame wires at the top and pinch it there. We're going to go ahead and close, well, let me tuck this inside real quick. All right, we're going to go ahead and shape the neck, close it in so we can have the frame secure. Give it a wrap around 2 or 3 times. All right. Now that I got the neck wrapped a few times, I think for the bail, I'm going to continue the weave pattern around the bail, the 3 up and 3 down weave pattern from before. Okay, I've wrapped the bail to about 1.5 inches, and that should be good enough for me, so I'm going to stop. I grabbed the bail making pliers to shape the bail 1, 2, and 3 from the smallest, and just go ahead and start to shape the bail here. And just bend it around, down, and there we go. Okay, now I'll just continue with the weave wire here around the neck and the frame to secure the bail. Give it a few wraps just so it's secure. I've gone ahead and snipped the weave wire. Now I'm just going to tuck it inside the frame, inside the neck there, just to hide away the sharp part. Okay, I think since the weave is a bit tight, it's going to be difficult to get the weave wire through here in order to secure these wires to the frame. So before putting the stone in and setting the stone there, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut these wires and go ahead and because right now the weave wire can still fit in here, but as long as I have the stone in there, I won't be able to do it. So I'm going to cut these now and go ahead, and obviously they're going to be half loops on the back here, and then I'm just going to use the weave wire to hold them in place, and then I'll put the stone back in the frame. Okay, I think for a little added security, stone security, instead of trimming the 3 wires like I originally planned, I curved one of the 3, the middle one. I put the stone in so I can know exactly how much to cut. But anyway, I curved it over to the front, and I would just want just enough to peek over the side here, and the bottom part will help give the stone a little space, well, close in that little space. So I'm going to snip just right there, and this piece is going to be tucked inside there. All right, now I'll take the stone back out and go ahead and cut these like I had originally planned. All right. Okay, with the stone still in place momentarily, I'll go ahead and bend the wires so I'll know exactly how much to bend them. And I'm going to use the round nose pliers. Just loop it around. Let's pull it over some. There we go. And do the other one. And then I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna remove the stone temporarily and weave through these little cracks here to secure these loops to the frame. All right, so I'm just gonna cut about 1 inch or 2 from the weave wire. Not really measuring, I don't really care how much, just long enough to string through here. I'll find a little opening and get it through there. All right, so that was a bit more difficult than I had anticipated. So instead of trying to weave through these weaves, instead of trying to push through the weaves, I found a way to make it a bit easier, and I'm just gonna wrap around this one and this one, and basically just line it up with the wires that are already there so it doesn't look like a whole bunch of extra wires. So I'll just cut another piece about 1.5 inches. And take it through there. And just wrap it around this side. So basically just wrapping this wire around to connect to the frame wire. Nothing more. And that's it. Make sure when I cut it, just make sure that it's inside. It's gonna be, the cut is gonna be on the inside of the frame, so you won't feel the scratchy part. So basically I just wrapped the wire around twice, and it's gonna finish on the inside. Okay, go ahead and take that around to the back, and I'm gonna tuck this inside that little loop there. There's more than one way to skin a cat. All right. Sorry about that. And there we are. And I can just go ahead and snip this piece, this long little piece here. Snip it off, and it's on the inside. There we go. And this is the back. No scratchy parts. All right, so here's what we're working with right now. All right, so now let's put the stone back inside the frame. All right, and we have. Now I need to figure out what to do with these excess wires here. So I could either cut them and go plain, leave it like this, but I don't think I want to do that. I think maybe bend this wire top of the stone somehow, like that maybe, and then go around with it. Yeah, and I can use this little piece here to help hold it down. That's a good idea. I hadn't even thought of it, but it'll work. Let's open that a bit out of the way there. And then we'll continue to wrap this around. Bring it back to the top here. All right, and then I can pull this down and let this go right over top of it so it can help hold it down. All right, so let's go ahead and bend that wire on top of that. Bend that wire on top of here like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then this is what we're working with. Not too bad, right? All right, so here at the top, what am I gonna do with that? Should I just bring it around the back and be done with it? Just leave it like that? What do you think? I mean, it looks good like that, either way. Let's go ahead and take it to the back. Actually, yeah, I have to. That way I can cut it in the back. So bring it around the back, over top of these wires here. And maybe just tuck it inside the veil for even more added security, huh? There we go. Pull it through the other side here. I think that'll work. Yeah. All right, and I'll just snip this piece here on the inside so it won't leave any frayed, well, sharp ends hanging out. And then I'll just tuck that down. All right. Now what? I have these two here. I haven't decided what to do with those, or should I just trim them off and leave the piece like this? This is how it looks if those wires were gone. And I think I just might leave it like that. I think I'll just take these wires and double them over and make a curvy bend around the front here like that. And then maybe down, I don't know. So indecisive at the moment. Let's see, how about bending them to the front? Nah, I don't think that looks right. So how about taking these to the back like that and coming around the front with those wires, bending them over like that. Giving them a curve at the bottom here. Yeah, I think I like that. It's actually a good idea. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Let's see here. What to do, what to do. How about this part right here? I open it up and then I can tuck those two wires inside also. I think so. So as mentioned before, I went ahead and folded that piece over all of the wires here. Now I'm going to take the remaining wires here and just give them some loops, some swirls, some curls around. There we go. And let's go ahead and do the bottom one. Curve that one under and around. There we go. I'm liking this. All right now. So this is what we have so far. So this is what we are working with so far. I think it looks cool like this. And with this little piece right here on the end, you can use it as a dangle. You can hang something from it and let it dangle. Or you can just leave it the way it is. So here's how it looks with the little round piece on the end, which I think looks cool in its own right, but if you don't like it, then I cut it, and this is the finished product after I cut it. That looks cool too. So either way, I like them both. The first one, so in case you wanted to hang something on the end of it, and this one in case you don't. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.